Hey, what's up, ETM family? Bob here. Hey guys, I just wanted to show you a cool little place on my property, one of my favorite places to go and think. Um, we don't have a whole lot of land, but we got about an acre and a half, and we got a little bit of private forest land on our property. And this was a little path that was on our property when we moved here. It starts out next to our house. I find it a great place to come and think by myself. And I'll take you down this little path here. Oh, look at that. We got a little mushroom popping up right there. Looks like the bugs have already been eating on it. Not 100% sure if that's an edible mushroom or not. I do like to go out and forage for mushrooms. I usually look for chanterelles, for chicken of the woods, Jacksonies, Old Man of the Woods. There's a few different ones that pop up around, and some of them actually pop up on my own property. So whenever my family and I would go out hiking, I'm always looking for some mushrooms to grab. But let me take you down this path a little more. Basically, this video, I really wanted to do a quick little video on simulation theory, and just to kind of get what your guys' thoughts are on it. I've been studying simulation theory, and I've also been studying quantum physics quite a bit, and it's very interesting. I think it ties into a lot into spiritualism, a lot more than people like think. And I think there's a lot of mysteries in this world right now, and I think quantum physics can actually answer quite a bit of them. Ooh, I hear my wife pulling up in the background in her Jeep. We're going to keep going here. I may have to redo this video if she comes and stops me, but we'll keep on going. She's probably wondering what the heck I'm doing out here, but let's keep rolling. I'm seeing a lot of mushrooms popping up through the woods there, if you can see. I don't know if these are good for humans to eat, but man, the animals have sure been eating on them. But we're going to keep on going. I wanted to show you guys a cool little grotto that's here up in the woods here by my house. We found this when we moved in here. Look at this. Up in the middle of nowhere up here. There's a little kind of an opening up here. And we got this statue that was actually left here by the previous owners. I did find out that the previous owners were Masons, and there's been a lot of weird things that we found at our house, in our basement. When we moved in, there was actually, believe it or not, a giant painting of an angel in our bedroom. However, I looked at it a little closely, and I thought it was kind of odd because she was wearing a black robe. She did have angel wings, but she had a triangle on her forehead, and I realized that it was Isis. It was Inanna Ishtar. It was a female angel, and so they left a lot of the stuff when we bought this house. This previous couple that owned it, they had a big fight and a breakup, and so they left a lot of paintings, they left a lot like furniture, and the basement was packed with crap. And it took me a while to clean it all out. And I found some 33-degree Mason literature and stuff in the basement. And one of these days I'll share some of that with you guys. But anyways, you got this little statue here. And actually, I'm going to set this camera down for 1 second here, and I'm going to move that statue back to where it used to be. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. I know it's super creepy. I don't even know what it's actually depicting. There were some other statues that were left here, but I just kind of always found this as kind of odd. We're up here, in the woods amongst the rhododendron trees and stuff, and there's just this random statue here. But anyways, getting back to the simulation theory thing. I don't know if you guys have really thought this through really deeply, but I've been doing a lot of research into spiritual things and near-death experiences and such. And everybody always talks about when they have these out-of-body experiences and these like when they go into a deep coma, or they are actually pronounced medically dead, for a little while, and they're outside of their body. They say that their consciousness it feels so much bigger than their body, and when they're brought back to life, or they're told to go back, or they decide to go back into their body, they say it's like a giant sucking feeling, and it's like either they get sucked in through the belly button where the umbilical cord was, or they get sucked in through the head, into the brain, through the brain back into the body. And they say it's like you almost get sucked into this little box, and it feels like so small compared to like your actual consciousness. I thought a lot, or I've been thinking a lot about the body and what it is. And to me, it's almost like a device, almost like a vehicle, a spaceship that allows your consciousness, your spirit, to enter into this third dimension. It's like when you're in the spirit and you're, you have that full consciousness. It's like you're not really in the third dimension. It's kind of like you're outside of it looking in. But when you go into the body, it's like the device that allows you to experience and traverse the third dimension. The brain, I know modern science, they try to argue that the brain is what makes consciousness, but I think we're getting to a point where we realize that that is absolutely a joke, that our consciousness is a extra dimensional or multi-dimensional thing that does not reside in the brain, that it is outside of the brain. To me, what I see the brain as, it's like the control system. It's like the computer system that manages the body. That think of it this way. You get into a vehicle and you drive around, and modern cars, they have a computer system. It manages all the functions of the car. It checks, the status of different, like, fluids and your battery level and functions of your vehicle to make sure everything's working fine. It helps everything move, and then the vehicle itself is what allows you to get around and traverse. Well, the body's kind of the same way. The brain is just the operating system that the spirit uses to control the body. The brain is like a supercomputer that just it manages all of your functions. I mean, if you think about the body, it's like the most insane vehicle ever. It is like the most technologically advanced space shuttle, or you could say avatar, robotic avatar, that could ever be built, and the brain is the amazing supercomputer that manages the functions of that robotic avatar, that organic robotic avatar. I don't know if you guys think I'm going off the rails here, but I think about this a lot in detail. And anyways, your consciousness when your spirit, your consciousness goes into the human body, it's like you're entering a spaceship, or you're entering that robotic system. And your brain allows your consciousness to experience this world without having to control every single little thing of the body. You know, the brain manages all of that. But yet, have you ever noticed, you know, when you put your mind, when you think about a certain part of your body, you kind of take over a little bit of like micromanagement of that part of your body, you know. But when you're not thinking about it, it runs automatically, you know. Your brain automatically runs that system. So, you know, sometimes when you're sick and stuff, you pay more attention to certain things, you know, than you normally would, you know. So your consciousness has the ability to kind of micromanage that operating system when it wants to, but most of the time it's operating without you even thinking about it, you know. And if you think about your main senses, you know, taste, smell, feel, hearing, you know, taste. I might have said taste already. Anyways, you get my point. You know, all your main senses. It's like your brain is bringing back those sensations to you. But if you were to take away those senses, there would be nothing, you know. It's like, you know, people that like their sight, they lose their sight, you know. They got to rely on their other senses. But when we're in this human avatar body, it allows us to experience this third dimensional world. But even that, in its sense, is a simulation, because we're only perceiving what our senses, what our touch, what our smell, what our, you know, what our hearing, you know, all of those, you know, what we're seeing, all of those senses are bringing back, they build this picture that we perceive as this world. But it's all kind of an illusion if you think about it, because you're not, your brain is building the picture and the perception that you have. And I think there are a lot of things in this world that happen, you know, that are outside of our perception. There's things that are on different light forms, you know, light waves that we can't see. There's sounds that are outside of the decibel levels that we can hear. You know, there's probably smells that are outside of our smell frequency, if that makes sense. I don't know, you know. And sometimes that's where people, you know, start to have some of those sixth senses, you know, those spiritual senses, you know, where you can see spirits and you can see, you know, entities, and you can sense things that a normal person maybe doesn't have that perception. And maybe some people are born with that stronger sixth sense that allows them to you know, to see those things, or to hear those things, or to smell those things, or, you know. But most people, when we're in this human avatar body, we can't pick up a lot of those things, you know, because of limits on our senses. But some people, for some reason, have extra sensory perceptions, you know. Maybe that's a gift. Maybe every time you incarnate in a human avatar, maybe as you increase your abilities, and as you level, you know, go in higher levels, and maybe as you've come here multiple times, maybe you're given extra abilities that maybe younger souls or younger spirits, or spirits that haven't come here as much, don't get. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling. I'm sorry, guys. This is the way I like to do videos, by the way. I hope you guys enjoy this. It's not really meant to be, I'm not the type of person that spends hours editing and polishing up videos. I like to just shoot from the hip. I like to just talk whatever's on my mind. I have a job that allows me to listen to videos all day while I'm working. And, and when I'm not working, I like to read a lot and research a lot. So I think about things I want to talk about. And, I hope what I find interesting, you guys find interesting also. And my property is very beautiful. The Smoky Mountains are beautiful. And this property's got a lot of really interesting things. This is the first time I've actually ever come up into this little grotto and showed you guys this weird ass old statue that's sitting up here. You can tell it's been here for a long time. I mean, it's got like lichen on it. It's all faded away. The paint's mostly chipped off of it. I don't know how long it's been here, but somebody used to come and meditate here, or they used to come and do something here. I don't know. But anyways, I'm kind of getting off topic, but I don't know. I find this life interesting, and I'm not sure 100% why we're here and what we're supposed to do, but I've always been searching for these answers. And one thing I can honestly say, that there is some kind of simulation to life. If you actually break down everything in the physical world down to the atom level, down to the subatomic particle level, nothing is solid. Everything is, it's almost like the game Minecraft, everything is built on subatomic particles, which in itself pretty much proves simulation theory. Now, some of you on the religious side, you may kind of get mad at me about that. You say, oh no, God built this and all that. And that, hey, I am not denying that. And I just want you all to know, I believe in a creator of all. I believe in an ultimate, a source of all energy and light and sound and love. I do believe in that. And to me, that is what God is. I'm not a big fan of religious versions of God, and I know some of you are, and I'm not going to bash you for that. I think we all have our own path of discovery, and we all know what feels right to us. But I know a lot of you maybe come at me saying I don't believe in God and all that. Well, I may not believe in your version of God, but I do believe in a ultimate creator, and I do believe that we are all fractals or sparks of that source energy. And I do believe we're all connected. I believe that there is some kind of a way that we're all connected on a spiritual level, on an energetic level. And I don't know. That's just kind of my thoughts. I think this world has been corrupted. I think kind of like how the Bible describes, the fallen angels, the watchers, how they came down. They were just supposed to manage this world, but they were not supposed to interact with it. Maybe this was like just this giant like school, or this like sandbox, like training ground or learning world, we're supposed to come to. I think that some beings came down here and they weren't supposed to, and they started manipulating this world. And I kind of think that's what we're seeing nowadays. If you ever kind of question like, well, why is all this crazy stuff happen? And if this is all supposed to be a positive, like a Garden of Eden or this thing, it is obvious that there's forces that have been doing the wrong things here. And that's all for another day. We'll delve into that a little deeper sometime. But anyways, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on what you think about simulation theory, quantum physics, our place in this, and kind of how I explained, how the body is kind of like a spaceship, or it's kind of a organic, robotic avatar that allows us to interact with the third dimension, and kind of get your thoughts on that. And let me know what you guys think about my videos, like things I could do better, things you'd like to see. Or if you like how I do my videos, just shooting from the hip. I know sometimes I misspeak, sometimes I ramble, sometimes I mispronounce things and all that, because I do not edit my videos. I just talk to you guys like as if you were right here and we were having a beer together, and we could just sit here and we could just talk and debate and just talk about like the mysteries of this world. I just love that kind of stuff. And sometimes it's hard to find people in this world you can do that with. So you guys are my connection to that. You are the ones that I can just talk freely with and get your thoughts. So anyways, I love you guys. Hope you have a great evening. I'll talk to you later.